The spleen, from a Chinese medicine perspective. The spleen plays such an important part in the functioning and overall health of the mind and body in Chinese medicine, and there are plenty of things that can be done to strengthen its functioning, not only with acupuncture but from the comfort of your own home with no cost at all. Function of the spleen in Western medicine. The spleen is located in the upper part of the left abdomen, to the left of the stomach, and sits underneath the ribcage, so it not usually easily felt. The spleen contains infection-fighting white blood cells which are used to fight invading germs in the blood as part of the immune system. It also controls the level of blood cells in the body, including red and white blood cells and platelets, as well as filtering the blood and removing and recycling any old or damaged red blood cells. Functions of the spleen in traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. These are as follows. Governs transportation and transformation function. Controls the muscles and four limbs. Spleen houses thoughts. Spleen manages blood. Opens into the mouth and manifests on the lips. Controls the upright qi. When the spleen is functioning well, a person's digestion will be smooth, they will have regular, healthy bowel movements, they will have clear thoughts and will be able to concentrate well. When the spleen is imbalanced, the following symptoms may arise: fatigue and lethargy, digestive upset including loose stools, poor appetite, low energy, edema, nausea, vomiting, weakness in the limbs and muscles, pale lips and complexion, organ prolapse, bruising and generally feeling cold. The spleen is responsible for transforming food and drinks into sources the body needs, qi, pronounced qi, and blood, and transporting them to where they need to be in the body. When this function is not working effectively, the qi is weak, which results in lethargy and lassitude. The appetite may also be poor, digestion sluggish, and stools may be loose and watery. Following on from the spleen's function of transporting nutrients around the body, this extends to the muscles, four limbs and tissues. The spleen is directly linked to our capacity for thinking and concentration. The ability we have to concentrate well, think clearly, have mental clarity, form intentions and decisions is very dependent on the strength of the spleen qi. All organs in Chinese medicine have an emotion attached to them, and the emotion of the spleen is worry. This is twofold. Excessive worrying damages the spleen, however a deficient spleen can also weaken the mind and make us more susceptible to emotions such as worry. The spleen is responsible for making and manufacturing the blood, and the spleen qi keeps the blood within the vessels, veins and arteries. Lips that are red and moist indicate a healthy spleen, however if the spleen is deficient, the lips will be pale due to the lack of nourishment. Essentially, the spleen's energy aims to counter gravity and helps to hold the organs upright and in place. Warm foods and drinks including soups, stews and broths are great for the spleen. Your body requires less energy to digest them as they are usually cooked for a longer period of time, meaning the breakdown of the food has already begun. Similarly, try to avoid too many raw foods and iced or cold drinks. The spleen dislikes cold temperatures and has to use more energy to break down these types of foods by warming them up to your body's internal temperature before it can transform them into the substances needed. Having regular mealtimes and chewing your food well to begin with also helps strengthen the spleen by assisting it in its function and the digestion process. Naturally sweet tastes support the healthy function of your spleen. An example of this can be dried unsweetened cranberries. Being mindful. We are all very busy, but trying not to be too preoccupied and making an effort to be present can have such a positive impact on the spleen and your mental health. For example, when eating a meal, try to focus on the meal. Don't be tempted to be on your phone or replying to emails.